Hi everybody. Um Things have been crazy over here. So have not done a video in a while now, and I want to be consistent on doing them pretty much every single night. Um or every day, whatever you want to say. So, I am exhausted if you cannot tell. I am so tired. Um we've had so much going on today, and it's been a very crazy day. And then now I'm just now um, getting home not too long ago, and um, I'm just winding down, and it's past midnight. I'm like, man, I just want to go to bed. And earlier I was going to do a video, and I didn't because people just kept calling me and, hey, Mariah, can you speak some life into me? And I'm like, yes, I can, because I know that's what God wants me to do. And being obedient sometimes is not always, if you want to say, convenient for your schedule. However, um, you got to do it, period. And everything will work out on its own as long as you are obedient. So don't mind me for looking like a hot mess. It's not a hot mess. It is I don't know if you want to call it a cold mess or just a straight up mess, but like I said, it's past midnight. I'm exhausted. I'm running on like nothing right now. And I was debating on taking a Spark and doing this and doing that. And I'm like, I just want to go to bed. So we got a new puppy. She's only 5 weeks old, and her name's Kira, thanks to my friend Diana. Um, we were trying to come up with dog names, and she said, "What about Kira?" And I'm like, like, I don't know. And then she sent me the meaning, and I was like, yes, yes. And if you don't know the meaning of it, look it up, because I don't want to tell you everything. So, anyways, so we needed to take, or I needed to take the puppy out and all that, because we're trying to, do lovely potty training and all that good stuff. So I was going to go through the garage door and walk her out, and I was like, for some reason, my garage door started screwing up. Literally, I've never had an issue with it. And it started screwing up. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, we just got this house, and like this garage door is not working now. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'll just go through the front door. Well, I came around and I go through the front door. As soon as I open it, I look down and I see this. Pretty cool. So that is crazy because, mind you, it's like midnight, but there's other people who have animals around here and all that good stuff. And there's this he's pretty young. He was outside and I guess doing whatever, like doing the same thing I was doing. So he was like, hi. And I'm like, hi. And it's pretty late, just small talk. And then I was like, I just want to ask him, like, did you get one of these? So I asked him, like, hey, did you guys get one of these on your porch? And he goes, what is that? I'm like, a picture of Jesus. And I need to look more into it, because I don't know exactly, what he's doing. Obviously, he's talking and everybody's really intrigued with what he's saying, which, I mean, who wouldn't be? But it was just weird. But like godly weird, I want to say. So, coincidence, because I didn't want to do this and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm just going to go to bed." No, it's not a coincidence. He was like, "Mariah, you need to do a video. There's a reason you need to do a video. There's a reason you need to do this. There's a reason you need to do that." And it's crazy because I know I'm so tired. But right now I'm almost getting like a boost of energy to where I'm like, I want to keep talking. And it's crazy how that works. So anyways, I just love when stuff like that happens. I mean, I just really stopped and thought about it. I'm like, why would my neighbor not have got one? You know how like Jehovah Witness or what's another one I know? Like Mormon or there's been a couple others. I think even I've had Baptist, like a Baptist van or something pull up like from previous um like addresses where they like knock, hey, can we talk to you? Or here's this, like we're having a ministry or we're having a sermon or whatever. Like, okay, thanks. But like, why did my neighbor not get one of these? So yeah. That kind of made me happy though. So when I see my across the street neighbor tomorrow, I'm going to ask them if they got one. And if not, that is just so crazy. Like someone just randomly came here and put that there. So anyways, um I have been seriously talking to so many people and just it can be random. People can call me or I call them and we just start talking about God. And we start talking, about things that God has done for us and where we were and where we want to be and where we are now, and it's just awesome. Seriously, my mentality has changed. I have changed. Things in my life have changed like dramatically. All because of what I am doing right now, which is serving the Lord and doing everything that I am trying to do. And literally, being obedient is so hard. And I want to point that out to everybody who is, whether you're doing what I'm doing or whatever it may be, like being obedient to God is hard. Because sometimes you get that gut feeling or you feel like someone's talking to you saying, go do this. And you're like, oh my gosh, like right now is not good timing. Sometimes he's like, no, not sometimes, all the time. He does not care. Like, he wants you to go do that because there is a reason he wants you to go do that. Whether it be someone needs to hear that message or he needs you to hear it out loud from your own voice or whatever it may be. You just never know. And I was really weird at doing videos. I'm like, I'm not doing videos. Like, why? No, I'm going to sit there looking at a camera and talk to myself and nobody's going to view these. Well, that's wrong. That is very incorrect, irrelevant. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but that's wrong. And anyone who feels like they need to do something or say something, I want you to do that. Like positive things. And even if it's like just randomly messaging someone, you're like, I need to tell them this, but I don't want to. If you feel you really need to, do it. Like it might be something that you're like, it's kind of bad, but it might be something that opens a new door. Like you never ever know. Like trust me firsthand, I'm telling you, like you never know. And the only person who can close doors and open doors is Jesus Christ. Literally. And I used to always make a joke with people about, when a door closes, what do you do? Well, you open it back up, silly, because it's a door. That's not true. If a door closes, you leave that sucker closed. Do not try to open it up. Do not try to pry it open. Do not try to pray to God that it opens back up and blah, 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 because there's a reason he closed it. There is a reason. It might hurt, whatever the situation is, it might hurt like hell. But you know what? There is a reason why he closed it, and he wants it closed because he knows what he is doing. He made you himself with his own two hands in your mother's womb, how he wants you to be. And whether you have to go through hell and back for the purpose of being here or not, that's what you got to do. And I'm literally telling you this from firsthand because I could go on and on. Like I literally could go on, and everybody has a story, and a lot of people in this world can relate to you. And if not, then they can put themselves in your shoes like, man, I wasn't in that exact situation, but I was in this situation, and sounds like we felt the same way, Like, you're not the only person. You're not the only person like, man, today sucks, or man, this sucks, or blah, 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 whatever your complaint is. And that's another thing, like, stop the complaining. And I need to work on that. Like, just stop. Because seriously, especially with spouses or any family or close friends or kids or whatever it may be, or whoever it may be, if seriously something is not going right, just throw your hands up in the air and pray. And I literally want you to remember that that person is God's daughter or son. That is not your responsibility. That is his responsibility, and he will handle it in the way he needs to handle it. So stop. When you're pushing people, why? It stresses you out. Go on with your life and breathe. Seriously, breathe. He gave you a breath for a reason. He woke you up for a reason. He did everything for a reason. And he puts you in situations, in certain seasons for a reason. You're in a certain season for a reason. Reason is the season is the reason. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I just had to point, I guess, that out. And I had no idea where I was even going with this video tonight. I had no idea what I was going to say. I had no idea anything. I just knew that he was going to direct me in what I needed to say, either for me to hear it out loud for myself, or because someone who's going to watch this needs to hear a part of the message, all of the message, or just know that you can do what I'm doing or whatever it may be. And like I said, remember that you have a voice. If you feel like you need to do something, reach out to someone, say something, do it. Literally, be like Nike for a hot minute and just do it. I'm not even kidding right now, because if you don't, you can live with regret. You don't want to feel like that. There's no reason. If you feel like, oh, I'll be out of place or I'll look stupid, do it, because successful people are only successful because they got out of their comfort zones. Good speakers are only that good because they got out of their comfort zones. Like, I can't even express it enough right now. I used to be the type that I would try out for every single musical, this and that and blah, 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 and like want to try out for all these sports and do all this just to prove like, hey, I could make the team. Like, I don't need to prove to anybody anything. I just need to do what the good Lord wants me to do, and that's life. And but then like certain things, say for example, like something in choir, I would try out for something and get it to prove my point, and then come like say dress rehearsal or something, I'd end up bailing because I would start thinking about how many people would see me and like judge me, and I would start getting so sick, and I'm like, hand it to the next person. But I'm glad I did that, because half the time it was someone who like just really wanted it for the right reasons, not to prove a point. They just really wanted it because they enjoyed it. And I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it, but it wasn't the same type of enjoyment, I guess. It was more like, okay, this is my hobby, not like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So with that being said, that's another thing. If you have something planned in life, like, it's good to have plans, it's good to have goals, especially goals. However, if something does not work out, yes, you can push and you can try to, redo it. However, you can only try that so much before you really get drained and you're just like, I'm exhausted. Maybe that's him closing a door for a reason. Back to that closing doors, leave it shut. He knows what he's doing. He has something bigger and better for you. And that leads me to my next thing that I guess I'm supposed to say is, do not get frustrated when someone cannot do what you can do. Everybody has their own thing. Like, they have their own thing at what they're good at. And I can't stress enough, like, say you're really good at sports and this person isn't, and then you guys do like a team sport thing together and they're more motivating, but they really just kind of suck at the sport. Well, if you had no motivation, you probably wouldn't be good at the sport either. Like, you can be fast all you want, but if you have no motivation, like, you're just going to run out, I guess you could say. Run out of energy or run out of your oomph or whatever. So with that being said, everybody has their own thing. So, I mean, I used to get irritated all the time when, say, I don't know, it could be anybody. It could be a sibling even, and you're just sitting there and you're like, why do you not understand, or why can't you do what I'm doing? Well, because that's not their expertise. They're not supposed to know how to do it the way you do it because, again, going back to God created you how he wanted you. He literally, his own two hands, like this man is amazing. He's so mighty. He is almighty. He is majestic. He is, leaves me speechless, literally. Um, He created you the way he wanted you. So if you feel like, you can change certain things about yourself, especially looks or, try to change your mentality or whatever it may be. But to a certain extent, remember that if really you're put somewhere and it might not feel right away, but if it starts, just flowing and going real good, leave it alone. Just leave it because that's where he wants you. So I would love to keep talking because seriously, I have gotten so many people a hold of me and it kind of scares me because some people are people I don't know or I randomly come across and we start or randomly I should say, but it's really God working. And they're like, "Hey, like do you speak in front of people?" No. The answer is no. That's not what I'm here to do, but God wants me to do that. So I've just done it and it's worked out so far and it's going to keep working out because of certain messages I received and things like that, and I really see something going somewhere with this, and one day I will have my own ministry, and one day I want to be able to help everyone else's ministries that are really and truly doing the right thing. I want to be able to lift them in ways that other people may not be able to. I want to just be able to really speak life into everyone and anyone that I come in contact with, and for them to leave like, wow, like I just saw Mariah, like have that like moment, like when do I get to see her again? So because I used to not always be pleasant to be around, for real, like I didn't like being around myself. So I guess that is all. And I hope everybody has a good night, even though the average American is probably sleeping right now. I hope. But like I said, I got that extra boost of energy, and like when I get off here, I know I'll probably write a bunch of notes in my lovely journal over here. And then I will go to bed. So 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or whenever my mental alarm clock goes off, that's when I will wake up. So if anyone needs to message me on Facebook or where else do I post this? Twitter, YouTube. I don't even know if you can message on YouTube. Instagram. I mean, I literally post these things everywhere because I'm like, you just never know. And I used to be very private, but now I'm like, I want the whole world to see because this is not me just writing on paper and reading it out loud. It really isn't. This is God telling me what to say. Like I said, I had no idea what I was even going to say when I first got on here, and that's usually how these go. And the amazing thing is that when I get done talking to someone and speaking life into someone, I don't even remember what I said. And I don't take notes. I can be pacing back and forth in my room. Like earlier, I was talking to someone who I love so much, but I'm not going to put her out there. But we were just talking about life, and I just really love her so much. She is so awesome, and she's a very powerful woman. And I feel like me and her could do something together because she was telling me how she used to be in like a Christian leadership and do this and do that. And I'm like, man, I never knew that about her. Like, tell me more, tell me more. So it's one of those things where we're like, we're fam, but we have to book each other in our schedules because literally things are crazy. So we need to have a lunch date, we need to schedule a dinner date and everything because we're just excited. And it's awesome to be able to talk to someone who, I'm not saying forgot about God. I'm not saying anything like that, but like, you know how sometimes you just like lose your fire, maybe for a minute, and you talk to someone who is on fire, Mariah on fire, um, And it, like, makes you just want to go, like the Energizing Bunny, like, you can't stop, you just gotta go, 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 go. So, I'm definitely excited about that, and, I don't know if anyone is looking for a church in my I wanna say in my area, but it's honestly in Port Clinton, but if so, get a hold of me because, the past few Sundays have just been amazing, and I've, gotten up and I've talked and I've said things that I really had no idea where I was even going with it. I just knew that that's where I was supposed to be and what I was supposed to say, and it has led so many people with a smile on their face or whatever, and that's what I love. I absolutely love that, knowing that I can bring calm to people. I can bring peace and just bring happiness and enjoyment, and it's awesome when you show up to church or to anywhere and people are like, "What do you have for us today?" or "Tell me a story," or whatever. And it's awesome. So I want everyone and anyone to just reach out if you really need something. Please. And I love praying. That is something so powerful, especially when you say it out loud or say that you do healing hands where something really is bothering you or hurting on you or someone else, and you literally put your hands on them and you pray, and it's like gone, literally gone. And it's awesome. It's powerful. And that is what I'm about. I want to empower people. And I love Women at the Well Ministry. And, they do a tremendous job. I would not be doing what I am doing right now if it was not for them, because it had to start somewhere and that's where it started. I truly believe that. So I thank all of them so much, especially Rachel Tucker, because, oh, she's an awesome person. I feel like I talk about her every single video, but it comes back to her because I'm like, man, I emailed her about a retreat and it went from there, and boom, here I am now. And God works in awesome ways. So keep that in mind. And I love you all. And this was seriously a 20 some minute video. Whoa. So have a good night. Bye.